So Tron and I last night, we had a little chat room fun last night in the Starship official. I think a lot of the community was involved in a game night with the Alpha Origins group, who owns the 3 space stations, Meta Mayhem, Alpha, and Beta. They hosted, from what I heard, a rather large NFT project as a guest. So I think most of the community was kind of wrapped up in that game night, but me and Tron were having some fun in the official chat room doing exactly like he said. He just suddenly was like smearing my name, and he says, Meta Yogi is a simp for Oni and Kari, free Faye, Viva la Revolution kind of thing. And so he and I were going back and forth as the pro and anti. So I was kind of representing the coalition, being like, Faye was a traitor. Her moral capacity alone earned her exile, let alone she stole an S-class starship. And I actually, I had a little moment, because all of this was spontaneous, had a little moment where I was like, the technology on that ship alone, it's going to take us months to repair the front end, which is, of course, a little nod to our Onakami games relationship and how we had to prepare. So it's kind of a fun way to incorporate that little tiny bit, a nod to it in our lore, is that, Faye stole this prototype ship and we had to scramble to rebuild the front end. Meanwhile, millions in the planetary colonies are dying without that technology or something, So I was having a little fun. I thought it was an inspired moment. It's just a fun little thing. It did what we thought it would do, and a couple of the people who know about Starship were like, oh, and big googly eyes, paying attention. And then a couple community members were like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
He was posting a bunch of redacted comments, he's calling me names, but I was redacting them.
I did enjoy last night with Shooty messing around in Maine.
Yeah, I took screenshots of the whole thing, so I'll send it off in our writers chat if we want to use it. We've got some stuff that is mildly usable.
Yeah, I'm still working with Grandpa on getting the graphic done.
Okay.
Oh, how fun.
So, yeah, I was thinking we should make a little campaign or have a little release that it points to, a call to action. It could be one of our Discord events. Since it's a Faye poster, it could be a Faye-related Discord event. What do you guys think?
Oh, absolutely.
I hadn't even thought about that. That's a good idea.
Introducing the story of Faye's exile is a great prequel, a great intro, because it's an easy story beat, it's engaging, it's interesting, and then it's very evocative. It's like, well, what happens next?
Yeah, I guess the event could be a little share of what we're thinking in terms of Faye's backstory. These events could be things where we do kind of a creative share, where we have a prompt and the community members work on that prompt, and we all kind of just get together and get creative. So would that be fitting for this event as well? We're presenting her backstory, and then maybe we ask them, the prompt is come up with some of the adventures that Faye has undertaken in the past 6 years of being in space by herself.
It could be a little bit what do you imagine you would be up to for 6 years alone in the Kyanite universe? We could cap it and we could say, I don't want to say 1,500 characters max, because that already gets people's heads spinning and they won't want to join. but a certain max on it, so we don't get people emotionally investing themselves into novellas thinking it'll be submitted as canon. We could say a little 3-paragraph blurb about what you might be up to in this time.
Yeah, that's fun. And then maybe we can have a follow-up over Zoom if we want to share, just get everybody in community with our voices and faces, maybe, after the initial Discord event.
That would be fun. Have kind of invite everybody into a little Zoom room.
Yeah.
I mean, they have game nights and stuff. We don't even have to show our faces. They do a lot of voice chats and stuff in Telegram or in Discord. Game nights and stuff. So we could even promote it the same way everybody's promoting all of their things, where we have a game night and we all play marbles on Twitch while we talk about lore.
When should we do this? The 22nd?
22nd of May.
It's a Sunday, but what do you guys think of that?
I'm down. I'm open Sunday.
We could do it at our normal recording time, potentially, if you think that's conducive to people coming along.
I wonder, because for me, that's 7 a.m. For a lot of people, that'll be a more reasonable, like 10 a.m. or whatever, when some people might be waking up. But then it might also be like people are going to work. Maybe we want to make this an evening time thing in an American time zone. Like a 6 p.m. or something that's not interrupting dinner too much.
I'm free all day Sunday, so yeah, whatever time everyone thinks is best.
Okay, well, cool. We got a little event. Yeah.
When I was messaging last night, talking about like we need to get sort of a roadmap for how we release things and get people hyped up for Vegas, I realized like, yeah, that's about 8.5 weeks away or so. Like,
oh my gosh. And it goes by so fast.
Yeah. If we're writing stuff and having something prepared and doing hype and leading up, then we've got a pretty locked in time frame to get stuff done, which is exciting in a way, right? Like it's good to have some deadlines a little bit.
Definitely. Oh, if I'm not at Vegas, I will cam in so we can still do like a almost live.
Nice.
Yeah.
You should send a surrogate hand to sign for you.
Yeah.
Like you just wear all black, but then there's the white letter Spazzitron like on a t-shirt.
If that comes to fruition, I'm not sure if I want to sign as Spazzitron or as my actual name.
Right.
Yes. I know it's the same. For me, I'm rather enjoying ShootyPewPew, so I'm going to keep it for all things lore related. I'm just going to lean into it and enjoy it.
Yeah, that'll be a fun story for people who just know you as ShootyPewPew, and then they never even question that that's not your birth name. And then they find out that it's not, and they're like, what? No way.
Maybe somebody thinks like, I had some really weird parents in America, and they're like, okay, I guess his name is ShootyPewPew. I mean, there's people named Branch and Blanket, so.
Yeah, why not?
It's funny, the way that I picked my handle, I must have been 12 years old, something like that. And the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, somebody refers to SpongeBob as being a Spazzitron, and I thought that was so funny. So I sort of how mine came about.
There's a bit of lore trivia. How did Spazzitron choose his name? He was 12, everybody. Spoiler alert.
SpongeBob inspired.
It's sort of like I wish I could go back and like choose a better name, but at this point it's too late. It's
I may have mentioned possibly in a previous writer's room together, but I was playing a game for the Xbox called Dungeon Defenders with my brother, and you get to name the different, you can be a knight or a mage or an archer or a monk. And I named my knight Derp Knutson, except they didn't let me do enough characters for the ON, so it was Derp Nuts with a K. And so that was Derp Nuts was my handle for quite a while. And then I got bored with just playing the knight all the time, so I rolled a mage character in that game, and I named him just off the top of my head just one night, and I was like ShootyPewPew, and it just stuck, and it became my Xbox gamer tag. And then I used it absently in Discord, and then sent off a picture of a magma ant randomly, and then here we are today.
So my actual name is Alan, but
reveal.
Oh, well, on my Xbox gamer tag, I had it be Al accidentally, so that when we were playing Halo, it would be like, somebody killed Al accidentally.
Oh, that's perfect. You've been killed by Al accidentally.
Yeah, Al accidentally sniped you.
That's good. Those were always my favorite. I love playing multiplayer matches and seeing some of the fun creative names. Yeah, like a random grenade, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Starship lore.
Oh, Starship, yeah. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Starship Writers Room.
If you have an idea for the Starship lore, we would love to hear it, and you might even get a shout out on the pod.
Simply send to lore@deploystarship.com. That's LORE@deploystarship.com.
We hope you have a stellar day,
and we'll see you next week.